I am Lexa Sterling. I am the AI avatar of Dr. Shama Salomon. Every script is personally written and meticulously reviewed by Dr. Salomon to ensure accuracy. For the past few years, it feels like we've been told the same story over and over. The American dream is dead. The game is rigged. Success is impossible for people like you and me. But while everyone was focused on the problems, a quiet revolution was happening. A new generation of builders, thinkers, and risk-takers was proving that narrative wrong. This is the story of how immigrants, often arriving with little more than an idea, are building massive companies in 2025 and rewriting the very definition of the American dream. The data is shocking, and their stories will absolutely inspire you. Let's be real. It is so easy to feel pessimistic right now. We see it in the headlines every single day. A recent Wall Street Journal Norsh poll found that nearly 70% of Americans believe the American dream either no longer holds true or never did. Young people especially feel like the deck is stacked against them. You feel it in your own budget, right? The cost of living keeps climbing, and those big life goals, like buying a home that used to be the bedrock of the dream, now feel completely out of reach for so many. One 2025 analysis from Visual Capitalist even calculated the lifetime cost of a traditional American dream at over $5 million. That number just feels staggering for the average person. You hear the despair from your friends. You see it all over social media. It's this nagging feeling that the ladder of opportunity has been pulled up, and the promise that hard work pays off has become a fantasy. The story we're told is powerful, and it is everywhere. America's best days are behind us. The system is broken. But what if that story, as loud as it is missing the biggest part of the picture? What if the proof points in the exact opposite direction? What if the path to success in America hasn't disappeared, but has simply changed? And what if that new path is actually more accessible than ever before? What if I told you there's a group of people who are not just achieving the dream, but are actively building the future of our entire economy? In doing so, they are creating a new blueprint for success that anyone, including you, can learn from. The data doesn't just suggest this, it screams it. While the national mood has been stuck in doubt, immigrant entrepreneurs have been on an historic run, launching and scaling businesses at a rate that just shatters the narrative of decline. They are not just participating in our economy, they are a driving force behind its most important innovations. So let's just set aside the pessimism for a minute. Let's look at the proof. Let's look at the real numbers and the incredible people behind them. Let's start with a single statistic that should make everyone stop and think. A recent analysis of Fortune 500 companies found that nearly half, about 45%, were founded by immigrants or their children. 224 to 228 companies. Think about that. Almost half of the biggest, most powerful companies in America, the ones that define our stock market and create our technology, were started by someone who came to this country looking for a chance. And these aren't just old companies from 100 years ago. This is happening right now, and it's accelerating. Many of the newest companies to join the prestigious Fortune 500 list are also founded by immigrants. The economic impact is almost impossible to wrap your head around. In a single recent year, these immigrant-founded companies generated over $8 trillion in revenue. If that revenue were a country's GDP, it would be the third largest economy in the world. And they employ over 15 million people globally. We see their impact everywhere. The phone or computer you're watching this on. Apple was co-founded by Steve Jobs, the son of a Syrian immigrant. The search engine you use every day? Google was co-founded by Sergey Brin, an immigrant from the former Soviet Union. The entire AI revolution that is reshaping our world is being powered by NVIDIA, a company co-founded by Jensen Huang, who came to the US from Taiwan as a kid. This isn't an accident, it's a pattern. But numbers can feel cold. The real power of the American dream is in the human stories. So let's talk about Hamdi Ulukaya. Ulukaya grew up in a dairy farming family in Turkey. When he came to the US, he noticed something strange. He couldn't find the kind of quality yogurt he grew up with. He found the American version to be sugary, thin, and just unsatisfying. He saw an opportunity that others who had grown up here simply couldn't see. This is the immigrant's superpower, seeing the familiar with a fresh perspective. In 2005, a flyer for a closed-down, fully equipped yogurt factory landed in his mail. His advisors told him to throw it out, that it was a terrible idea. He drove to see it anyway. The factory was old, but he saw potential. He took a massive risk, got a small business loan, and bought the plant. He then brought a yogurt master from Turkey, and they spent months perfecting a recipe for authentic Greek-style yogurt. He didn't have a giant marketing budget. He just had a belief if Americans could taste this, they would love it. He named the company Chobani, the Turkish word for shepherd, honoring his roots. Today, Chobani does over $2 billion in annual sales. But this story isn't just about money. It's about creating something real, reviving a community with jobs, and sharing his culture. He didn't just build a company, he helped revolutionize the entire yogurt aisle. That is the American dream in action. Now let's turn to the heart of the 2025 tech revolution, artificial intelligence. And at the very center of it all is NVIDIA and its co-founder, Jensen Huang. Born in Taiwan, Huang's family moved to the US when he was a child. He was brilliant, earning engineering degrees from Oregon State and Stanford. Then, in 1993, sitting in a diner with two friends, Huang sketched out a wild idea for a new kind of computer chip. Back then, the world ran on CPUs, central processing units. But Huang believed a different chip, a graphics processing unit, or GPU, was needed for the complex visuals in video games. It was a niche idea and a huge gamble. For years, NVIDIA was really only famous within the gaming world. But here's the twist. Their obsession with solving the hard problem of parallel processing for graphics had an unexpected, world-changing consequence. It turned out their GPU architecture was perfect for the massive calculations needed to train artificial intelligence. When the AI boom ignited, NVIDIA wasn't just ready, it was the essential engine. The company that started by making video games look cooler is now powering breakthroughs in medicine, climate science, and nearly every industry on the planet. From a child immigrant to the leader of a company at the epicenter of a global technology shift, Jensen Huang's journey shows that the American dream today isn't about climbing some old rusty ladder. It's about having the vision and the guts to build a brand new one. If you're finding these stories as powerful as I do, take a second to hit that like button. It helps tell the algorithm that this is a message worth spreading. And let me know in the comments, which immigrant-founded company inspires you the most? So what's the secret? Why are immigrants so disproportionately successful as entrepreneurs? The answer is that they are masters of a new kind of American dream. The old dream was about stability, the steady job, the pension, the house with the white picket fence. The new dream, the one these founders live, is defined by innovation, resilience, and the freedom to build. Think about it. The very act of leaving your home country for a new one is the ultimate entrepreneurial leap. It requires a high tolerance for risk and a willingness to embrace the unknown. That mindset is a superpower in business. Immigrants are often incredibly resourceful, experts at stretching limited cash and using their community networks for support. And their different cultural background gives them an incredible edge, like Hamdi Ulukia seeing the gap in the yogurt market, or Jan Koum, an immigrant from Ukraine who co-founded WhatsApp. He grew up experiencing government surveillance and the high cost of international calls, which inspired his vision for a private low-cost messaging service. They see opportunities that are often invisible to those who have only ever known one culture. This new dream is less about just owning things and more about making an impact. It's about using your unique perspective to solve a problem and build a legacy. It's a more dynamic and creative version of the dream than ever before. Of course, this success doesn't happen in a vacuum. It takes incredible personal grit, but it's also made possible by a uniquely American ecosystem of opportunity. Even with all the loud political debates, the reality on the ground is that there are powerful support systems that help make this happen. Programs like the Dream.us provide scholarships and career support for undocumented immigrant youth, helping thousands pursue their dreams. This shows that even for those facing the biggest hurdles, paths to success are being created. Plus, the American economy, for all its flaws, still rewards innovation like few other places on Earth. The access to venture capital, the culture of failing forward, and the legal systems that support starting a business are all critical pieces of the puzzle. It's this combination of individual drive and systemic opportunity that makes these stories possible. So we've been told a story of decline, a story that the American dream is a memory. But the facts tell a different story. The feeling is real, but misleading. The pessimism is understandable, but it's not the whole truth. The proof is in the numbers. Nearly half of America's biggest companies were started by immigrants or their children, generating trillions in revenue. The power of fresh eyes. Outsiders like Hamdi Ulukaya and Jensen Huang saw opportunities no one else did, creating entirely new markets. But here's the twist. The death of the old American dream, the one about stability and climbing a corporate ladder, is exactly what has made this new dream possible. The collapse of the old path forced us to find new ones. The new American dream isn't a single path at all. It's the freedom to forge your own path, to build your own ladder. And immigrants are simply the ones who are showing us how it's done. The American dream isn't dead. It has evolved into a dream of innovation and impact. Nearly half of Fortune 500 companies have immigrant founders or their children. An outsider's perspective is a business superpower for spotting new opportunities. The new dream is less about stability and more about the freedom and resilience to build. Success combines individual grit with an ecosystem that rewards risk-taking. Let's see what you've learned. I'll ask 3 quick questions. Pause after each one to think of the answer. What was the original industry NVIDIA focused on before it became the engine of AI? Answer: video games and graphics processing. What does the name Chobani mean in Turkish? Answer: shepherd. If the revenue from immigrant-founded Fortune 500 companies were a country, where would it rank in the world economy? Answer: 3rd largest. How did you do? Let me know in the comments. So, is the American dream dead? The data says no. The stories say no. The proof is all around us. The dream hasn't died. It has been reborn. It's no longer a one-size-fits-all script from the 1950s. The American dream of 2025 is being actively rewritten by people who come here with fresh eyes, relentless drive, and a powerful vision. It's a dream of building, not just buying. It's the dream of people like Hamdi Ulukaya and Jensen Huang, who prove that this is still the place where a bold idea can change the world. The proof is undeniable. The American dream is alive and well. You just have to know where to look. What does the American dream mean to you in 2025? Has it changed for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe this is a message more people need to hear, subscribe and share this video. Watch next for more on the specific mindset shifts you can make to build your own version of the American dream. Thanks for watching.